Welcome back to my channel. I'm Joe with Smokin Joe4 Barbecue. On today's video, I'm going to be making a double smoked honey glazed ham. Stay tuned. All right, let's get started on this ham. We are starting with a 10-pound ham. Now this was previously smoked with pecan. You can buy these at the store. They come with these packages of glaze that you've got to mix up. This I'm just gonna throw in the trash. Not sure if any of you guys actually use those packets, but I have actually never used it before. So I've got some butter that I melted down here in this pan, and it has cooled down. So this is a very simple recipe that you can do with items that you have in your home right now. So again, I've got some butter that I melted and it has cooled off, so it's starting to thicken, which is perfect. So I'm just gonna brush the entire ham, starting from the top and work your way to the bottom. I think there's a rap song that says those exact words or something like that. Started from the bottom, now we're here, or something like that. But in this case, we're starting from the top, going to the bottom. So just gonna cover this ham up completely. Brush this butter on there. And the reason I'm adding this butter is because we're gonna add some rub to the ham. As you can see, it's starting to get cold already, and that butter is turning into a gel, which is gonna be really sticky for our rub to grab onto. All right, so I've got my ham buttered up, and as you can see, it looks like candle wax has really draped over this entire ham, and that's gonna give us a really good glue for our rub. Now the rub that I'm using today is from Suckle Busters. This is their Texas pecan rub, and I highly recommend that you give this a shot. And as you can see, the rub is gonna stick to that butter. Now you can pat it down as well. Just add a good amount to the entire ham. You might have to pat the edges towards the bottom. Okay. Spin this around so you can see it. All right, so I've got the ham completely seasoned up, and it's that simple. It's ready for the smoker. I'm gonna be smoking this in my Joe4 640 pellet smoker at 225 degrees. Let's head outside. All right, we're outside at my Joe4 640 pellet smoker on this beautiful sunny day out here in El Paso. So again, I have my smoker set at 225 degrees. Right now it's reading 350. Because I like to let my smoker preheat before I put my food in there. Okay, so here's my ham. So what I'm gonna do here is this ham had a nice fat cap on this side. I'm gonna face that towards that firebox right there. That way the smoke comes over and hits this fat cap and melts it down along with that butter. All right, so I'm gonna let this ham smoke at 225 degrees for 1 hour. At that point, I'm gonna come back, take a look at the ham, and crank that temperature up to 250 degrees. Stay tuned. All right, it's been an hour and 10 minutes. Let's take a look at our ham and see how we're doing. Oh yes, beautiful. So the 225 degrees is gonna lay a really nice layer of smoke on this ham. So at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and crank the temperature up to 250 degrees. I'm gonna shut the door down. And just in case you're wondering, the internal temperature on that ham is 54 degrees. So we got quite a ways to go. I'm gonna smoke this till it hits 145 degrees internal. We'll check back in about an hour and a half. Stay tuned. All right, so 2.5 hours into the cook, let's take a look at our ham. Now 30 minutes ago at the 2-hour mark, I did rotate the ham a quarter turn this way, so the biggest portion of the ham is facing that firebox. And again, that smoke is going around and over the entire ham and then out the exhaust. So 2.5 hours in, 250 degrees, we are sitting at 91 degrees internal. So once the ham hits 130 degrees internal, I'm gonna warm up some honey, come outside, and glaze up this bad boy. Stay tuned. All right, so it's been 4 hours and 45 minutes now, and my ham is up to 130 degrees internal. And that's what she looks like right there. So I've got my honey here, and I did have some leftover butter in the pan, so I just threw some honey in there and warmed it up a little bit. And the reason you warm up your honey is just to thin it down a little bit, so it kind of glazes the outside of the ham. So I'm just going to place the pan inside my smoker to keep that honey nice and warm while I apply it. Then we're just going to start to baste the ham, just like this from the top. You don't really want to brush it, just want to pat it so you don't disrupt the rub that we put on our ham earlier, okay? And it'll work its way down. All right, so I've got my ham glazed up, and I do have some leftover honey here. And what I'm going to do is just pour it over the top of the ham and let it just drizzle all over the place. Look at that. Oh yeah. Put some very white music on and put this video in slow-mo. Oh yeah. So again, we're at 130 degrees internal. We only have about 15 degrees to go. That should take maybe 30 minutes. We'll see you guys inside. All right, so the ham is ready and the total cook time was 5.5 hours. And I gotta tell you, this is a gorgeous looking ham. Look at this. I hate to even slice into it, but somebody's gotta do it, right? So I've got my big Dow Strong fork here and my Dow Strong chef's knife as well. Just gonna take a few slices from here. Oh yes. This is gonna be delicious. Oh man, look at that honey. Some of that butter that got trapped on this edge. Let's give it a taste. All right, let's taste this ham and see how we did. Just gonna grab this slice right here. Look at that. Just gonna double it up here. Take a nice bite. All right, that ham is super tasty. I'm getting flavors from that butter, the honey, and then the pecan rub from Suckle Busters. It's absolutely delicious. All right, so just in case you're wondering how I took the ham off of this rack right here, just grabbed my big Dow Strong spatula, scraped the bottom just like this, lifted the ham, and it came right off. Now these tools that you see here, the fork and the spatula, I'm gonna leave a link inside the description box so you can grab yourself some, and also the knives that I use in this video. I gotta tell you, smoking up a ham for the holidays is a good alternative. Instead of having turkey like you did last year, smoke yourself up a ham. You'll be happy. I hope you guys like this video. If this is your first time here, hit that subscribe button. Until next time, Joe with Smokin Joe's Pit Barbecue. See ya.